So there's this guy on the internet named Vaush who debates people and thinks he's so smart. Here he is talking about what he thinks about leftist ideas on foreign policy. This video, it's from the clip I'm about to show you, is titled "Never Trust a Lefty on Foreign Policy," and in the thumbnail it says tankies are worse than Nazis. So let's take a look.
There's no reason to ever trust a lefty on any foreign policy issue. If you take any leftist and ask them a foreign policy issue, you're probably good to just do the opposite. You should trust neoliberals over lefties on foreign policy issues. I'm not even joking when I say that. The fact that the left remains divided on the Ukraine situation effectively negates their ability to meaningfully comment on anything happening outside the borders of their own country until the end of time. They're totally fucking corrupted by American diabolism. That's their only perspective. Listening to a lefty talk about any foreign policy issue anywhere in the world is like listening to the world's saddest man talk about his ex of 7 years ago. They won't stop fucking bringing it up. They won't stop bringing America up. They can't do it.
He thinks that neoliberals are more trustworthy than leftists, or as he would say, tankies, on foreign policy. Like, if you think that, the fact that he thinks that tells you everything you need to know about him. Now, the reason why leftists keep bringing up America is because America has done bad stuff, dumbass. No power in the world has done more bad stuff than America. No imperial power in the modern age. Now, I'm against, in regard to what I believe, I'm against American imperialism, I'm against NATO, and when it comes to countries which are anti-American, like China and Russia, I'm not going to act like they've done, like everything they've done is perfect, but understand, I wouldn't view America as being a perfect society either, given that America doesn't give people health care, America doesn't give people clean drinking water. There's no clean drinking water in Flint, Michigan, and Jackson, Mississippi. You have all these poor rural communities in all different parts of the country, urban communities, rural communities, ghettos, certain small towns, you name it. There are parts of the country where people are so poor they live in third world conditions. That's how bad certain things are in certain parts of America. So America would not be my idea of an ideal society, okay? Now, when it comes to leaders that Vaush would call tankies, a few good examples of people who I look up to, and I don't know if these people are communists, but they certainly are socialists. One is Hugo Chavez. Hugo Chavez, he was able to nationalize industries in Venezuela and lift people out of poverty, revitalize Venezuela's economy, and rewrite a new constitution for the country. There's a reason people admire him so much in Venezuela. Hugo Chavez, or Fidel Castro in Cuba, during Hurricane Katrina, the George W. Bush administration didn't want to do anything. The U.S. government didn't want to do anything to help people in New Orleans. You know who did? Fidel Castro in Cuba. They did more to help New Orleans than the American people's own government ever will. Now, I'm not going to act like the Soviet Union didn't have problems. Sir Stalin put a lot of people in the gulag. I'm not going to deny that, but understand, Lenin, he wanted to create a better world. That's what Marx wanted. That's what Lenin wanted. A stateless, classless society. And understand, Marxism is not utopian. Marxism has to do with a material analysis of politics. it's not like other communist movements, which are utopian, that preceded Marxism. Yeah, and in regard to Vaush, Vaush calls everyone he doesn't like a tanky. Tanky is a word that doesn't mean anything, and it's used by people who hate the left to mean absolutely everything. So I wouldn't use the word tanky. And understand, people like Vaush, who say that neoliberals are more trustworthy than leftists on foreign policy. That Nazis aren't even as delusional as leftists when it comes to foreign policy. He also said that later in that video, and that Lenin would have voted for Joe Biden. People like him, they're funded by the State Department to spread disinformation and get people who view themselves as leftists to support American imperialism. That's why they're here. So, I mean, if you want to call me a tanky, I guess Vaush is the arbiter of who and who isn't the tanky. So yeah, I guess I am a tanky. So anyway, Vaush has been exposed, and you shouldn't listen to him. There you have it.